Welcome, innovators. Today we celebrate the inquisitive minds that question the norms of our times, challenge conventions, and boldly push boundaries to discover new possibilities. To truly change the present, let's embody the essence of this moment. Hello, everyone. I'm Aparna. I extend a warm welcome to all our wonderful innovators to this elimination round of TUP 9.0. Get ready with your ideas for a fierce battle of brains because the winners of today will move forward to our regional finale of the most prestigious B School competition in the country, the Ultimate Pitch Season 9. So let's get started. At Reliance, we are all about embracing fresh ideas and fostering innovation. It's in our DNA, which is subsequently reflected in each of our businesses and social initiatives. The Ultimate Pitch was born out of this exact spirit. It is the platform for curious and innovative minds who want to break away and showcase their next big idea to the world. This is TUP's ninth season, and let me tell you, it has been a journey like none other. We flagged off the competition physically in the top 15 B schools across the country. At each of these institutes, we were met with enthralling audiences. The insightful sessions led by our inspiring leaders were overtly captivating, but that was only just the beginning. We then reached thousands of you through the digital platforms and virtual events, making this contest a pan India celebration of ideas and innovation. Now, with absolute delight, I want to show you all a sneak peek into our campus launches and launch premiere with this video. What a mesmerizing response TUP has had this year. Over 19,000 registrations, more than 1,500 idea submissions, and now we move on to the elimination round. We thank you all for making it such a memorable launch. TUP Season 9 kicked off with a bang. Enthusiastic innovators from all around the country registered to battle for the grand prize. Each one of the ideas submitted was unique, ambitious, and had a genuine intent for solving critical real world problems. Our evaluators worked round the clock to make sure that none of the submissions went unnoticed and shortlisted those ideas that had an extra edge over the others. Those exceptional teams with remarkable ideas have qualified for the elimination round of this one of a kind competition. A big congratulations to the top 90 teams who have made it to the elimination rounds. Kudos to all of you. Now, let's see what the elimination round is all about. Let's get into the round guidelines. Let's now do a quick rundown of what's expected to happen. I shall be calling out the team names. We will play their 3-minute video on the screen. Then the teams will get 3 minutes to pitch their idea to the jury. Teams, do keep an eye on the timer. This will be followed by a quick 4-minute Q&A. Post each team's presentation, we will have the jury take a minute to score the teams individually before we move to the next team. Now, you might be wondering what the winning formula is. You will be judged on 5 parameters. Your idea should be futuristic, it should be practical and scalable, it should challenge the social conventional wisdom, and have a strong business case. And what's in it for the victors? Now, the national winners get a grand cash prize. We are also pleased to inform you that we have other rewards too. Elimination round winners and runners up receive 50K and 25K respectively, along with TUP merchandise. The national finalists get mentored by CXOs and entrepreneurs of Reliance owned startups, and all our national finalists will be awarded a pre placement interview opportunity with Reliance Industries. So gear up and give it your best. But wait, what's competition without a jury? We have some of the top minds in Reliance with us today. They will be closely assessing your presentations, evaluating your ideas, and will provide their inputs at the end of the presentation. It gives me immense pleasure to announce the jury for this elimination round. We have Mr. Rajkumar Pugalia, who is the Executive VP of Reliance Retail, along with Mr. Deval Shah, who is the Group Vice President of Reliance Brands. So let's get started. I would like to call upon the very first team, K qualifiers, to pitch their idea to the audience.
Hello. So, have you ever had those?
I believe there has been a little shift in the order of the teams. So, as the first team, we invite Team Snackers to the stage.
Hello. So, have you ever had those moments when you're craving a snack but a little voice in your head is going, what's this going to do to my body? Well, we have all been there. So, picture this, a revolution that transforms snacking into a guilt free pleasure. Indians have mastered the art of snacking with time tested delights like peanut chickies, roasted makana, and banana chips. We have had a fair share of this throughout our lives. So imagine a future where Reliance takes the lead in providing healthy, authentic Indian superfood snacks. So our vision is very clear. We are targeting the guilty snackers aged between 15 to 35, the millennials and the Gen Zs with substantial disposable income. So imagine selling them bars made from poppy seeds, amla, basil seeds, jaggery, and honey with a twist of jamun flavor, or say a baked chips with flavor options like beetroot and jackfruit. Millet-based snacks and our favorite makanas in a jalapeno flavor. You might be wondering, is there enough demand for this? Well, the numbers speak for themselves. Health and wellness is a booming market in F&B in India, set to grow at 20% CAGR to a staggering 30 million US dollars by 2026. Healthy snacking will lead market expansion in this with a CAGR of more than 25%. So what sets us apart? The absence of a major player in this segment. While brands like Healthy Binge and Beyond Snacks exist, they haven't scaled significantly. When we scrutinize the market's price landscape, we notice that competitors are hovering around 1 rupee per gram, which is a stark contrast to the zero point 0.3 rupees which is offered by companies like Lay's. So our mission is clear. We want to democratize access to healthy Indian snacks, ensuring our price point stays well below 0.7 rupees per gram. For instance, envision a 50-gram packet of makhana chips or makhana snack. So that will be priced at 35 rupees and it will be significantly undercutting our competitor's price of rupees 50. The reason we'll be able to provide low cost while still targeting net profit margins of 15% comes from strategically aligning our business with the Reliance Group. We leverage their robust supply chain and distribution capabilities through Reliance Fresh and JioMart. But here's the heart of our mission. It's about making a real impact. Our venture goes beyond just serving healthy snacks. It's a force for positive social change. We're empowering Indian farmers and catalyzing rural transformation. In a sense, our Healthy Indian Superfood Snacks initiative is more than just a business venture. It's a movement. It's a movement towards healthier, more authentic snacking options that empower both consumers and farmers. So we're inviting you to join us on a transformative journey as we redefine the snacking landscape in India and eventually beyond. Thank you.
Hi, respected jury members and everyone who is watching us live. We are Team Snackers. I hope the presentation is visible. As mentioned in our present pitch, we aim to be a one-stop platform for consumers seeking affordable, healthy snacking options with an Indian touch. No direct competitors offers such a diverse range of products. This problem became much more evident from the survey wherein three-fourths of the participants felt guilty while snacking. The major pain points from our survey was a lack of variety of healthy snacks and the high prices. For example, roasted makhanas sold at the IMK canteen by a company called Rose Foods priced as high as 130 rupees for a mere 70 grams. But that's not all. Our business is committed to ensuring fair and consistent income for farmers through fair trade practices and direct sourcing in the long term. We'll also champion crop diversification through millets, supporting UN Sustainable Development Goals. Aligned with the Reliance We Care philosophy, these products will foster shared prosperity and benefiting middle class consumers as well as Indian farmers who are bottom of the social pyramid. Coming to the revenue projections table, the health and wellness segment is estimated to be INR 1715 billion by 2024 and is expected to grow at a CAGR of 20%. The relevant segment for Snackify, which is our brand, in this is snacks and savories, which constitutes about 30%. Given the fragmented nature of the industry, we anticipate capturing 5% in the initial year and scale our market share further to 13% by 2028. Coming to the margins, the general margins observed in FMCG companies like Tata Consumer Products and Nestle is about 50 to 20%. Meanwhile, the margins for healthy snacking brands like Yoga Bar is at 40 to 45%. Given that we position ourselves as a mid-premium brand, we estimate our margins to be around 30%. However, we anticipate a reduction in margin in the coming years due to expected price cuts as the product availability becomes more democratized by new entrants in this segment. In terms of our marketing, we plan to allocate 20% of our revenues to marketing initially, with a gradual reduction to 7.5% of our sales by 2020. This strategic allocation will allow us to establish a robust market presence in the early years and then optimize our marketing spend as the brand becomes more established. To conclude, our business is built on the philosophy what was resonated by Mrs. Isha Ambani in Reliance AGM 2023. That is, to make heritage Indian brands contemporary for today's Indian consumers, keeping the age-old brand promise intact. Thank you.
Hello, guys.
Okay, Rajkumar here. Shall we go for the Q&A? So I think a good idea, and I think very well summarized in terms of most of the aspects. But what I see, your whole basis is based on a price point, which is we are saying 70% of the current competition, and based on that, you have calculated a margin. I mean, certainly the competition will respond, and if they reduce their price to match you, then your whole of the 30% margin is gone. What would be your counter or strategy for that? Because that would be one of the major thing for your sustaining. You want to
So,
respond to that?
yes, sir, yes, sir. So, given as we generally see the FMCG segment, I think the major moat any brand has is the branding aspect, right? So initially, when we are keeping our price down, we build our brand in first 2 to 3 years. So we want to project ourselves as a healthy and sustainable brand. But as years go by, we are also present across the supply chain, which will give us a leverage in shifting the gears in terms of cost. So we'll be more in a position to handle cost reductions or price reductions compared to our competitors.
Okay. The other thing is, like what happens in most of such or similar items is that while you say it's a unique item with all the health benefits, how do you establish yourself? Because I think the brand will only get uh, recognized or accepted if you are able to establish yourself as truly a health food or health snack. What would you do for that?
Yes, sir. I'll take this up. So, sir, I think you rightly pointed it out. And I think in this segment to survive, we cannot just retail healthy products. We have to project ourselves as a brand which cares for health. So for this, what we have planned is on our website and across some of the major locations where healthy people come in, we will promote Indian health, right? Indian health factors. So we will build a kind of ecosystem. We are also planning to build a platform where people who are concerned about health, who are fitness enthusiasts, come and discuss about health with an overall Indian theme. I think that would enable us to establish ourselves as a brand which cares for health in the minds of our consumers rather than being only a company which just sells products.
Deval, you want to ask?
Yeah, guys, first and foremost, congratulations. I think we're well put together, and congratulations for making it this far. I had a couple of questions in the interest of time. What's the barrier to entry? So, whatever you've put together, many people have done, and there are lots of fly by night operators, small to large operators. What's the barrier to entry for a new person to come in and replicate if you have a success on any one product?
Yeah. So, like we have pointed out earlier, our main moat will be the distribution channel that we are having via the Reliance synergy. So we already have the GeoMart and the Reliance retail channel. Through that, we will reduce our distribution cost. Obviously, see, primarily what we saw was uh, this industry is facing an issue with the lack of variety as well as high price points. I agree that price points, I mean, our competitors will can reduce their price points, but they have a certain margin. They have to keep a certain margin. If we look at the breakup of their uh, PNL, we can see that 15 to 20% of their cost goes to distribution channels. I mean, and that's to the minimum. It can go up to 30 to 40% as well. Whereas we have, I mean, so Reliance will own the distribution channels. So replacing the middleman, we can compete at lower price points, as well as we will be an umbrella brand. We will be consolidating all the options. So there would be just one or two products. There would be almost 10 to 15 products or 20 products. And we will also be having the backing up of the Reliance Trust, because I mean, Reliance is a brand, people trust them. Then we are planning to partner with all these platforms like Cult Fit and Quick and collaborators like I mean, social collaborators. So I feel that that's the way we are planning to move forward and establishing a brand.
Excellent. Wish you the best of luck. I think what you've put together is fairly impressive. I think couple of areas you guys need to think more is most of these products with substitutes, whenever they are built, have a much higher cost of production. So if you look at any of the operators across Yoga Bar to many of them, their gross margins are not necessarily at the numbers that you are saying. So the minute you start substituting sugar or any other commodity, your cost of production goes up. To ever create a business out of one distribution or one partner, you are hinging yourself for a potential blackmail. So, so it's not necessarily the safest way to build businesses to say, okay, I'm dependent on somebody else for my success. And second is this is a white space many people have been doing. So while marketing, packaging, product, that you guys have figured out, there's a lot more work that you need to do from a marketing and a go-to-market kind of a strategy. And then making sure that you create enough barriers to entry. Either it comes from scale, either it comes from product innovation, which you have to keep fueling to go forward.
So,
Yeah,
sir, we
agreed.
work on that as well. For sure, we will.
Best of luck, guys.
Okay, sir.
Okay, good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Team Snackers. That was an extremely insightful presentation indeed. Now, let's have Team UK 1507 on the stage.
The sight of hospital walls itself can set anyone into unease, wishing, I wish someone could visit the doctor in my place. Well, to kinda make that dream come true, this is Team UK 1507 with a solution. Let's start with the story of Anita. When diagnosed as a diabetic, she started taking care of her body in all different manners possible. However, she found her condition to only worsen, leading her to be frustrated as what to do now. But everything changed with Buddy. Today she has a digital twin of herself that works on 1000 plus data points collected through various sensors, creating a detailed report. She now knows that the generic advice of controlling food does not work for her because the way to improve her health was to get more sleep. Over time, she fought her illness and started living healthier. There are millions such Anitas whom digital twinning could help in this manner. Now let's see how it works. A patient twin is made using a person's long-term medical history and digital patient record. Data from medical exams and wearable devices updates this information in real time. AI algorithms continuously match this data with comparable sets, creating simulations of the patient's future health. These simulations offer actionable insights for decision support. The patient twin isn't a standalone solution but part of an ambient network of digital twins, including patients, physicians, and even medical devices. For medical devices, this network enables personalized, automated configurations to fit the patient's needs. The patient twin constantly monitors the real person's health and lifestyle data. It presents this information in an easy to understand way, motivating the person to adjust their lifestyle or seek medical attention. This empowers patients to manage their health, potentially preventing sickness. In emergencies, the patient twin can immediately intervene by alerting an ambulance, notifying family, and sending all patient data to the clinic. With the help of AI, medical devices are set to meet the patient's needs before arrival, ensuring the best treatment anywhere, anytime. The patient twin also supports caregivers by providing clear information about a patient's health condition and offering insights for decision support. This can lead to accurate diagnosis and targeted treatment options. The patient twinning concept frees up time for caregivers, allowing them to focus on patients with more in-depth discussions. Overall, this technology could improve healthcare outcomes at lower cost, bringing personalized precision medicine to everyone, everywhere.
Good evening, jury members. With the dream of a healthier India, this is Team UK 1507 with our solution, Buddy, a digital twin ecosystem. The idea finds its root in current state of Indian healthcare system, and we believe the answer lies somewhere in the old proverb of preventing rather than curing. And if something does happen, giving a quick solution which works at scale. A root cause analysis was needed for this. We found out that the main problem for all stakeholders in the ecosystem is keeping a real track of all the variables that could be causing the issue. To solve for this comes our solution, Buddy, a digital twin. But what is a digital twin? So imagine your last trip to a hospital where you had to explain everything to the doctor about your illness, your medical history, and then the doctor suggests some tests that take another 2 to 3 days. Then you again visit the doctor and so on. But digital twin solves this. For a user in our ecosystem, we have the basic patient data like age, medical history already fed. This is supplemented by real-time data through body sensors like smartwatch or if the user has done any lab test recently. These are continuously studied by AI to see if you could suffer from any immediate condition and if any human intervention is needed. So, not only is the doctor more aware, most of the times you don't even need to see the doctor to know what's happening and what to do next. Certain technical enablers on the patient's body are smartwatch, glucose meter, weighing machine, and others depending on the illness. Once we had the how in the place, we did a deep analysis of the competitors to see how to win in this lucrative market. Double
Hello.
tapping on this, in the phase one, our route to market is a platform which gives doctor access to real time data, and we will do all this by collaborating with noise, boat, etc. Studying the impact created, our intervention can work for over 200 plus non communicable disease, and we can target 10K plus users in 3 years. Our conservative estimates show that business become profitable in a few years. We had data for diabetic segment and a cost benefit analysis that showed us we can break even in less than 4 years itself. India's healthcare needs a buddy, so let's give it one. Thank you.
Ayushi, do we have Karthik joining or he's unable? He seems to be having difficulty.
Yes, he's joining. Just a sec.
Yeah.
I think yeah, we can start in the meantime. I think is problem with the
Sure.
connectivity. So, sorry, I think maybe one or two things I think I didn't catch fully. So, your this creating the body depends on the data collation. So, I think data and whether to really create a body which can be sort of a representative of yourself to give all these trends and early warnings or whatever. The need for what is the kind of data and whether that data can be generated just
चलो
with the smartwatch or sensors. I don't know whether you have done some uh, thinking or understanding on that.
okay. Good evening, sirs. Sorry, there was some technical issue on my
Oh,
side.
No,
happened.
We can't hear.
You guys can't hear us?
could you hear the question?
I don't think. I think they are having difficulty hearing us. Ayushi, are you able to hear us?
Hello,
Yeah, Ayushi and
hello. Are we
Karthik, can you
audible?
hear us? Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you, but I'm not sure whether you can hear us.
Aparna, no stress. Do you want them to join? I don't want them to feel frazzled. They must have put in a lot of work to get there. So, do you want?
Let's wait for them. Let's wait for them to join in because Ayushi
Uh,
was able to join in earlier. Let's give it a
Yes.
Ayushi.
couple of minutes.
Okay,
hi,
we're back on.
sorry, we both here.
Mm.
Yes.
Yes, I think you didn't hear Rajkumarji's question, so maybe
Yeah.
he'll repeat and then maybe.
Sorry, sir, we couldn't hear any of the questions. There was some technical issue.
Yeah. Okay, can you hear us now?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay, I think my question was, I mean, or maybe it was covered somewhere. I may not have caught it. So, the whole idea of the medical body depends on ability to get the required data to be able to really make a representative of yourself, which can give the trends or give you sufficient intimations or alerts or analytics. So, I mean, have you studied that what kind of data and hence whether just a smartwatch or the basic things like glucose meter or a weighing machine would be sufficient to give all the required data to create a real body for medical purposes?
Yes, sir. So actually, we talked to medical experts who are currently working on this project only. So when they are talking about diabetic patients, only a smartwatch and a glucose sensor is able to give the required data for any intervention that is needed by the doctor. But we do not want to only focus on the diabetic segment. We are also seeing that there are certain immunological meters that we can track through the smartwatch itself. So these are the two things that can take care of all of that. But more than that, we can also take data from the lab tests and anything that the user is doing on her own part. Uh, in the initial parts, what we have to do is we have to get the users to themselves input the data into the system. But after a while, since we will have all the ecosystem in place, our own ecosystem, the data will automatically be uploaded into the digital twin. So that was the idea.
So, Ayushi and Karthik, I think first and foremost, congratulations for making it this far. Couple of quick thoughts and questions. So, while you briefly touched and say it's going to take 4 years to break even, what's the revenue model? How do you make money?
Yes. So, sir, when talking about breaking even in 4 years, we are only talking about the diabetic part. So, currently, startups have only worked on the diabetic patient segment. So, we only took data from that, but we would be operating in many more segments too. So, coming to
Well,
what
what's
were
the
the
revenue
revenue?
model?
Yes, sir. So coming to the revenue centers, first would be the subscription that you would be charging to the patients themselves. So when we have
Okay.
the ecosystem in place, these would be the enablers, the watches and all that we give out ourselves. Then there would be commission that we charge from the doctors. And then there would also be third parties listed on the platform itself. For example, if we are suggesting some good diet to the patients, we will also have Eat Fit we would be collaborating with and then charging a certain commission from them.
Hmm. But this sounds like a business which will require a very long gestation period because a lot of it is on big data and in terms of collation of data. The more information and data points you have, the richer your output would become. And those kind of businesses would require substantial gestation period. And there are, lastly, how would you drive adoption for this business?
Right, sir. So, sir, that was something that we want to bank on. This is a major barrier that would prevent other players from entering this. So, this is actually our key moat, and that our right to enter, and that the way that we are entering the market would be our differentiation. What we want to do is, in the first phase, we only act as a facilitator where we would not be making any money. We would be entering as a platform that just connects the different sensors, let's say the smartwatches and all, which are owned by the user themselves to the doctor. So, this was the first thing. Then once we have sufficient data on our platform and we have onboarded sufficient users, then we would start rolling out our own, let's say, sensors and all. So the data that you would be collecting in this first phase would be very rapid because we're not making money and we're onboarding too many users for that. So, sir, that is our answer to reducing the gestation period that is there. And once we have done that, it would be a sufficient barrier for other players to not enter.
No, but how will you drive adoption? Why would the customer select you versus others?
Sir, to drive adoption, first thing that we are doing is we are approaching the doctors, and through the doctors, we are giving this proposition that you can track all of your patients in real time, and we would not be charging any money for that in the first phase. So that is why through the doctors, we would be driving adoption.
So I think
And
just
that's
to
legally
sorry,
possible? Sorry,
yeah.
Rajkumar. I was just saying that legally there's been a lot of caveats around medical reps selling to doctors. How would you push that?
Hmm. Right, sir. So we've also we talked to certain experts regarding this, and the data that we would be collecting in the initial phases, that is not at all, comes under the ambit of this. We understand that this data is highly sensitive, and we would have to have
Yeah,
those
anything
guards
that
in.
you give free to a doctor is controlled.
Right,
And
sir.
anything that you push with the doctor to be able to drive adoption,
Hmm.
and where there is no monetary intent, but there is a product or anything physically given, is controlled by law.
Right, sir. Sir, we would have to research more on that, but we are only positioning ourselves as a platform between those two. So, but still, we will research more on that.
Sorry,
Yeah, so I
Rajkumar,
think
you were saying.
just to add to what Deval already said. So see, gestation in this particular example actually is not just one. Right. See, first gestation will be to set up and have sufficient doctors or others enrolled, etc. Number one. Then number two is gestation in terms of collation of data, which you referred to, and to be able to derive some logic and sense out of that. Third is, of course, the getting the customers. So if it's like if I become your pilot customer or the guinea pig, so for me to refer, I have to experience maybe over years, what benefit I derive out of it before I start referring you to the, others to join or seek a buddy like this. So I think, and of course, to top all of it, the technological changes and more so in the area of AI, because this is very, very highly dependent on the technology differentiation. Somebody comes with some different technology, and again, that's not my area, but I'm just saying from logic and common sense, it can be very disruptive, in that sense. So, have you thought anything on those as a counter to that or safeguard against that?
Right, sir. So coming to first to the question of gestation period, the first problem that we thought of was change management. That why would a person adopt this in the first place? So for that, the first target segment that we're targeting is people who are actually using smartwatches. So they have this habit of checking their vitals and all the data about what our body is looking like every time. So this is just a progression from that. Our platform is a progression from that. Then coming to the question of doctors, that we wouldn't have many doctors on our platforms in the initial parts. So we don't need doctors in the first phase. In the first phase, we are just giving data about that this is the data that your body is showing, and you are this percent much likely to have a stroke or something like that. And then gradually we start having human interventions for that. So initially the user would have to visit the doctor themselves, that this is the probability of something occurring to me, so I should go and visit the doctor. Then, sir, again, there is the problem of having, many technological upgradation. Player could come with much more technology here, but we are not actually banking on technological intervention here, because there are already so many companies that are working on this. There are big companies like Accenture and etc. who are working on B2B solutions that are much more technologically advanced than what we are offering. The way that we are actually trying to win in this market is by the way that we are entering the market, acting as a facilitator first, aggregating all of that data, and then rolling out our ecosystem gradually. So that was it.
Excellent, guys. Many congratulations for making it this far. I think very well done in terms of clearly there is a white space. It's a futuristic idea for sure. The pot of gold is very large for anybody who's going to be able to crack it. So if you really believe in it, chase it.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, great.
Thank you,
I think great idea. All the best. Thank you.
thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. Thank you so much.
Aparna, you're on mute. You'll have to unmute yourself.
I'm sorry, guys, I was on mute.
No,
Thank you, team. That was a very insightful presentation. Now, let's allow our jury a minute to complete scoring this team. While they make their assessments, let's have some fun. Here are some interesting trivia questions about Reliance. Try to guess the answers in the comment section. The first person to answer correctly get our amazing TUP merchandise. Ready? Here we go. Rohit, you've guessed it right. Rohit from IIFT Delhi wins this prize. Please reach out to us on our social media handles or support@unstuck.com. Moving on, I believe we are now ready for our next team. I'd like to call upon Team Aishwaryam.
This is Team Aishwarya from XIMB for Reliance TUP 9.0. As detailed in the previous pitch, water scarcity is a daunting issue. Almost one-third of the entire population is affected by it. To alleviate this issue, we have come up with Refresh, Plug and Play grey water purification system. A quick guesstimate shows that a household of 4 using washroom twice a day flushes down almost 23,000 liters of water a year. The solution to this issue lies in the bathroom itself, that is grey water. By successfully filtering out water from non-toilet plumbing systems such as hand basins, washing machines, showers and baths, we can create a system where we are less dependable upon potable water.
An average Indian household consumes 1500 liters of water a day, almost 80% of which ends up as grey water. That is almost 4.5 lakh liters of water annually. Multiplying that with the number of households in India, the numbers are unimaginable. We can purify this grey water for purposes like watering plants, cleaning automobiles, mopping floors and other non-consumption purposes, thus making homes more sustainable. Our grey water purification system uses a system of filtration units consisting of filters embedded with bacteria which feed on organic material. As the grey water passes through these filters, the bacteria feeds on and reduces the organic content of grey water. The water is then passed through a series of granulated activated carbon filters which also remove the organic matter but also remove other organics which reduce the objectionable odors and tastes from such as hydrogen sulfide. The water also passes through a UV filter to get rid of any bacteria or viruses. This water purification system can greatly help the urban population who face water scarcity and who often receive water in shifts. This system can provide round-the-clock availability to households and greatly reduce the reliability on municipal water and make the individual homes more sustainable.
We also propose different models not only for people living in homes and villas but also for people living in high-rise flats, RVs, and also for industrial purposes like hotels, malls and other commercial buildings. The unit will be priced at around 25 to 35,000 rupees and will use a razor blade model of pricing. This system will effectively reduce the amount of water being utilized by the household and translate into savings and promote overall sustainability of the economy.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Presenting refresh water purification system, a plug and play appliance for grey water purification in every household. Yeah. Refresh water purification system, a plug and play appliance for grey water purification for every household. As seen, one third of the Indian population suffers from water scarcity, and it is said that almost 60 to 80% of water used in a house results as ends up as grey water, and not even 5% of this is recycled in urban households. A needy Iowa report suggests that severe water scarcity will eventually lead to almost 6% loss in the country's GDP. Grey water, as shown in the charts and the figures, is essentially wastewater from non-toilet plumbing systems such as hand basins, washing machines, showers, and baths. The biggest composition belongs to suspended solids, which is at the range of almost 45 to 330 milligrams per liter. Now let's take a look at staggering number. Almost 31 billion liters of grey water is generated daily. And if we can even recycle a fraction of it, we are looking at a less water scarce India. Now, what is the solution to this? We propose refresh water grey water purification system, which has 4 stages: collection, particulate sedimentation, filtration and purification, which is the highlight of our system, where grey water is passed through a unit consisting of biofilters, GSC filter tubes, and UV filters, and later it is stored for use.
Coming to the water purification system, it consists of 6 filtration units which are embedded with bacteria such as C. testosterone and Pseudomonas. These bacteria are specifically used to consume organic matter from grey water, thereby cleaning it in the process. The filters are also packed with 3 different packing densities so as to maximize the area available for the bacteria to act on the organic matter. The water is then passed through 2 granulated activated carbon filters and then further passed through a UV filter to kill any bacteria or viruses. The installation is pretty simple. The unit pairs with 2 tanks, one for the initial storage of grey water and one for the storage of clean white water. The refresh unit plugs easily into the existing plumbing. The grey water is drawn from the existing pipes and sent to the primary tanks, from which after the sedimentation process, the water is then sent to the refresh units, from which after the cleaning, it is stored into tanks above the homes. The unit we plan to sell at a price of around 25 to 30,000 rupees for the base model, and we plan to price use the razor blade model for financing, where we'll initially price our model at a discount and then capitalize on the sales from the replacement of the existing modules such as the biofilms uh, as well as the UV tubes and the activated carbon tubes. We also plan to have an AMC based model as well as a deep clean maintenance every 3 years, and we also plan to have a franchise model for servicing.
Now, what makes our product unique is that it is decentralized, that it refresh allows for a systemic change at source level, sustainable and cost effective, and it's a plug and play that can be used as an appliance and can be easily incorporated into existing plumbing. We plan to release 5 variants, that is Refresh Home for small Indian households, Refresh Max for bigger flat complexes, Refresh Stays for hotels and resorts, Refresh Customs for RVs and other custom installs, and Refresh Commercial for large scale industries. The impact we plan to generate is effective grey water recycling, energy saving, sustainability, and cost saving by using refresh system as the quantity of water consumed per household can be reduced and hence the cost can be reduced. Thank you.
Congratulations, guys, for making it this far and
Okay.
very good presentation.
Good work, and congratulations for
Thank you.
making it here. Um, just to understand, I think, of course, technologically you would have assessed the purification system, but more importantly, I mean, as a layman, for my house, if you recommend this, what would be my saving versus this investment of cost and plus the AMC or whatever else?
Yes, sir. So we did a rough analysis of what is the cost of water in different metropolises in India, and the average price for around 1,000 liters was about 330 to 350 rupees for every 1,000 liters. Now, this is the metro water which comes to every home. This water is used for multiple purposes, including consuming as well as non-consumption purposes. Our idea is by installing this system for a price of around 25 to 35,000 rupees, we will be able to save the water that you would have otherwise used for activities such as gardening, activities such as cleaning of automobiles, activities such as cleaning of the house, where the actual good quality purified water is actually being used presently. So that is the cost saving. And in numerical terms, we are yet to do the full modeling of the financial, how much savings would occur, but this is our assumption. Depending on the size of the house, the water consumption would vary. So for if you take as you said, a layman house of four, the average consumption of water would have to be assessed, and based on that, we would be able to give a saving.
Yeah, because that is where I think the challenge would lie. Because I know in our society, uh, what the residential use water is, I think 4 rupee 50 paisa per 1,000 liter, and when we replace it for garden with the government treated water, then it is like 1 rupee 50 paisa per 1,000 liter. Commercial use is I think 30 rupees per 1,000 liter, something like that. So, I mean, typically an Indian would always calculate that when it is available at X cost, why should I invest into it? Of course, environmental cause and maybe that 1% population will go for it is a separate issue. So that is
Yes,
one
sir.
concern.
If I could add one more point, sir, we are also pitching this mainly as a solution in the metropolis areas where water shortages is very common. So I remember one of my friends, while they were staying in Hyderabad, they could not get water to flush the toilet when they were using it because of water shortage. So this would be a solution to those kind of systems where if there is a water shortage, the systems would still run and you would be able to run the non-consumption activities with this water. So that is also where we are actually targeting our focus group on.
Excellent, guys. I had a couple of things I wanted to understand. So one is I've seen systems like this at least in commercial use, and in a lot of international countries, it's a mandate. You couldn't get a laundry certified if you didn't have this kind of a setup. Most of these are very bulky in terms of size, in terms of septic tank, in terms of tanks for storage, and so on and so forth. And also all the residue waste management and etc. Whatever else that comes out of it. So from a size scale perspective, is it really practical? So from an idea perspective, India is living on tankers, in at least in most metros. But metros are also most challenged from a space perspective. So do you see anything there?
Yes.
Viability?
So as mentioned in our scalability, the slide about scalability, we plan to launch 5 different models. So if we go for the base model, that is refresh homes, while I was doing the volumetric calculations, I figured out that the volume that is required for setting up this unit, excluding the tanks, is about the size of a normal household refrigerator. The pumps are pretty small. The filters is what takes up most of the space, the 6 filters, and then the 2 activated carbon filters are very commonly found in the market. So the main size comes from the filtration unit. So it would be the size of a refrigerator. Now coming to the tanks, we for a house of 4, I calculated that a tank of 250 liters is more than sufficient to last for the entire week of grey water accumulation, because the model that we're suggesting does not collect grey water 100% of the time. The model is an integrated system in which once the tank on top carrying the clean white water, is filled, the valve will shut off, preventing the intake of further grey water. So it would limit it to 250 ml, 250 liters, thereby maximizing the system efficiency. So compared to when we talk about space, it will just take up the space at the side of your garage where you'll be able to fit the appliance along with the 2 tanks. But when it comes to larger houses,
from a replumbing perspective, how much of replumbing would this require?
Yes, so we did do an analysis for that as well. The main when we pitch our product, the main sellers will be the builders and the architects who will be able to incorporate this product into the existing
new projects to begin with.
Correct. But being the system is very easy to install. All it takes is 2 extra pipings, which need to be run, one from the base where the filtration happens till the top of the house where the water will be stored, and a second pipe from the top of the house where the water is stored to individual bathrooms. So every bathroom has windows through which the air normally comes in.
Even into your so there could be ways in which
so it can be retrofitted into existing
substantial amount of replumbing. Last question in the interest of time is in terms of anybody else replicating this, because you have nothing which is proprietary to you. Everything that you mentioned is straight and easy. So once you mastered it, and if it takes off, a lot of new buildings, it's mandatory. At least in Mumbai, I know, I can talk for myself. We moved into a new building, and it's mandatory to have 2 plumbing lines. One is for septic water, and one is for for what you identified as use cases. So some degree of that is getting inculcated in terms of design, which is happening. But what's your proprietary solution? Why would it be you and not somebody else?
So first of all, there are no existing competitors which provide the same set of unique solutions that we do in a plug and play model. There are, of course, manufacturers who make filters, manufacturers who make carbon tubes, but none of them incorporate all of them into a single unit. So that is the biggest USP. Second being, if Reliance as a brand were to throw its weight behind it and launch it and create a blue ocean strategy, we would be able to capture most of the initial markets, and then once the franchisee model kicks in, they'll be able to increase our footprint all over the country. So that is the thing. And just like every other water purifying system, it is not proprietary. Others will come up, but being first mover advantage gives us the benefit.
So I think same question I had. But so you are saying it's not proprietary. So there is no patentable component in this, or is there something?
There is a utility patent, which is essentially the film which is consisting of the bacteria. That has not been done anywhere else before. So that is the only utility patent that we have. But everything else will be is already taken from existing technologies. The filter is the utility patent.
Okay, great. I think.
Excellent, guys. Wish you the best of luck. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Aparna, you're on mute again. I think they keep muting it down.
Yes, I keep muting it because... Yes, anyways, thank you, Team Aishwaryam, for that extremely insightful presentation. What a wonderful take on the water problem. Now let's invite Team Panchali D24 for their pitch.
India has been increasingly reliant on solar energy as a key component of its renewable energy strategy. The country has abundant sunlight throughout the year, thereby making solar power a particularly viable and sustainable option. The Indian solar energy market was estimated at $38 billion in 2022 and is expected to grow at a CAGR of 40% between now and 2030. The problem is, while solar energy is a clean source of power, solar panel waste can have a hazardous impact if it is not managed properly. The lifespan of solar panels is 15 to 25 years, and many will soon be headed to landfills as there is no integrated solution yet to recycle or reuse solar panels. India's solar panel installed capacity is around 62 gigawatts. This augurs a colossal amount of solar photovoltaic waste in the future. Photovoltaic panels contain toxic metals and can cause environmental damage if they are disposed in landfills through the leaching of toxic metals, release of harmful gases, and other hazards. Animal and human health are also expected to suffer as a result. India's 50 to 325,000 tons of cumulative photovoltaic waste presents an opportunity. Introducing Solar Revive, a solar panel recycling app which is an integrated platform for recycling and reuse. Solar Revive will encompass various features and functionalities to facilitate the recycling process and educate users about sustainability. Above a certain threshold of installed capacity, new users will be equipped to specify the different installation details for each batch. For commercial users, mobile separators will separate the glass sheet from the panel as it consists of 75% of the bulk of the panel. For small-scale users, the solar panels will directly be transported to the recycling plant for further processing. Solar Revive can help lower the material costs for solar panel manufacturers by providing recycled materials of high market value such as crystalline silicon and silver. The bulky materials separated from the panels such as glass and aluminium frames will be sold in local scrap markets for an additional revenue stream. The global solar recycling panel market is growing at a CAGR of almost 20% due to factors such as broadening customer demographic and technological innovation. Currently, North America and Europe are making advancements in this market. However, India's untapped market presents a huge opportunity. Solar Revive is here to seize that opportunity.
We have three customer segments. First are the commercial solar power producers. Second are retail solar panel users such as residential societies and college campuses. We will be procuring end of life or damaged solar panels from these customers who lack a disposal mechanism. Finally, at the end of the recycling process, solar panel manufacturers will be the customers who procure valuable components from us. Now coming to market estimation, total addressable market size currently is 11,90,000 tons of solar panels, out of which there will be serviceable addressable market of 3,25,000 tons of solar panel waste in 2030. We are aiming to capture about 65% of the market.
Solar Revive will lead the user through registration till pickup of waste solar panels. For the commercial solar power producers, when their panels reach end of life, a mobile separator shall be dispatched to separate the bulky components from the panel, which shall be sold in the local scrap market, while the valuable components, which comprise 20% by weight and 62% by value, shall be transported to the central processing hub, which shall segregate the different components and sell them to solar panel manufacturers at a discounted price. The USP is complete segregation of all components for reuse as opposed to a glass cullet. Value to the customer is primarily compliance with extended producer responsibility norms as well as reduced liability of improper disposal of hazardous e-waste.
The go-to-market strategy would be to outreach initiatives to solar panel users, content marketing through publications and blogs, marketing campaigns, and most importantly, collaborations with environmental organizations for word-of-mouth recommendations. Competitors for Solar Revive are dispersed across countries, and Solar Revive stands out for its offerings, which embrace all components for providing an app, glass sheet extraction, and recycling.
In financial, our major income source will be panel collection charges, material recovery and resale of panel components, while the major cost will be collection, transportation of the solar panel, sorting, disassembling equipment, and recycling technology, as well as the Solar Revive app development cost, etc. As can be seen on the screen, the cost benefit analysis graph, the break even point will be reached after 2.5 years. The biggest component of the strategic roadmap is sustained R&D effort to stay ahead of the curve.
From panels to profits, let's shine light on sustainability. Thank you.
Thank you, guys, and many congratulations for making it this far. And well done, well put together. I think is definitely a white space that you've been able to identify, which is going to be the need of the future. And specifically, the next generations are becoming much more conscious of leaving behind a much more greener planet because there's no plan B. I just had a question around your commercials. Pancha, one of you guys touched on in terms of supply chain cost, and this is volumetric in nature. And the decommissioning and supply chain costs can be substantial. Is there enough material for you to be able to recover that?
So, sir, we are achieving this target after break-even point after 2.5 years. Initially, we will burn the cash because we have to set up the recycling plant, and we are also planning to
So I
give
mean,
the collection.
leave the capex aside. So whatever you have to do as an initial capital investment is aside. I'm talking at an operating level. So your supply chain cost, decommissioning cost is not necessarily going to change with scale. Is there enough material that you are able to recover to be able to sustain that?
Sir, we are planning to charge collection charges as we can see the hospital industry, the biomedical hazardous waste from hospital it is collected uh, on charging them charge around 33 rupees per kg. So we have also considered less cost than that, but we have considered that cost, and it will able to sustain because the recovery of the material cost will be less as compared to the collection charges.
Excellent.
I think on the similar line, what just Deval asked, and actually that is because that's the crux of your idea. That's why we are focusing there. So what I understand is like the glass, which is the bulky and less value item, and the rest is what has the value, right? So that's why you want to move less and destroy the glass there. But by the same logic, I mean, knowing India the way it is, you are talking of a collection charges, whereas tomorrow, there will be some scrap buyers who would be offering for such used solar panels some value to take it. In which case, actually, the whole equation will change, right? See, because people are only not concerned what you do after it. People are concerned what is costing them or what is the value they can derive from that used solar panel or the waste. Is there any? I mean, I'm just giving. I don't know, but do you have any thought on that?
Yeah, so basically over here, the most recent e-waste norms which have come in, they actually specify that solar panel waste cannot be disposed as such. It has to, as of right now, be collected separately. And we are basing it more on, the EY norms, which stipulate that you cannot dispose of solar panel waste in landfills because it is toxic. So that is why, based on the current regulations and the future prospects, uh, basically collection of that waste and disposing it appropriately will be the crux.
Okay. I think the you said competition analysis and which is with respect to the other countries where this is already there, for example, the US and probably the Europe or something. So you are saying both glass extraction as well as recycling app are not coexisting as of now in any of the competition. But wherever there is a glass extraction which is being done, I think recycling app is not a big deal, right? To get it done, to get it introduced.
Uh, Yes, sir. So actually, for most of the competitors, as we see, is we recycle and railing. They do extra glasses, but in the form of colored. So here we are introducing, I mean, infra radiations as well as vibration glass, knife which will be able to extract the glass properly, and also an app which would help for the smoother transaction tracking and all would be an USP as well.
So is
How do
there
you see
any
yourself?
technology in
Sorry.
glass extraction which will enable you to be recognized by government or something like that? Do you think there is any uniqueness or invention there?
So currently there are no government schemes which are in place. However, based on previous trends and how the government is focusing on sustainability, we do expect that in the future, once this industry starts taking off, that there will be governmental support in various terms. It could be in terms of subsidy, it could be in terms of word of mouth recommendations, and so on.
Adding to Ishita's point, in USA, First Solar is the company who recycles solar panel, and it has set up the norm across the industry how they should do the waste disposal of the solar panel itself, and government has supported them to promote them and also grow in that sector.
Excellent, guys. I think well done and best wishes in terms of how to take this forward. I think a couple of areas I would suggest, I think you need to think deeper is most things that happen worldwide, and India is all about many Indias, and it's always carved out in every industry a bit of a path of its own. Telecommunications being a recent example with what happened with Geo versus what happened in US and stuff. So, uh, biggest challenge in your business proposition is going to be in terms of logistics cost and the ability to be able to accumulate. Most such businesses are very regional in nature. So if you have to do something which is centralized, you're putting in an additional layer of cost of transporting material into a common place and then taking it back or wherever it's going to be used. So think through as you start fleshing this out further if there's a better way of doing that. But it's a thought in the right direction. Best wishes.
Yeah. Okay. I just had one comment. Like you mentioned, First Solar in US. So would there be a sense in tying up with a solar panel company, doing this as a buyback of the old and giving the new, so that there is because somebody who's using solar and there's a waste panel which is gone out, certainly they would be putting up. But then again, that will not give you the collection charges, but that will mean some buyback value to be given. I mean, just a thought. That's how it works in many other industries. All the best. Thank you. Good idea.
Best wishes, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Team Panchali. Hope I'm not muted this time. So we have we're done with 4 teams. Let's allow jury a couple of minutes to ponder upon the teams and complete the scoring criteria. While they make their assessment, we go back to our little quiz where we share our interesting trivia about Reliance. We give you all another opportunity to win the amazing T.U.P merchandise. Hope you guys are ready. Here we go. Zeal, you've guessed it right. To claim your awards, please reach out to us on our social media handles or support@unstop.com. Moving on, I believe we are now ready for our next team. I invite Team Renegades to go ahead with their pitch.
Today, India has the second largest global road network with nearly 2.8 million trucks that run over 100 billion kilometers per year. Nearly 65% of all manufactured goods rely on trucking for national distribution, which requires extensive paperwork in the form of invoices, delivery challan, e-way bills, certificates of insurance and fitness, which are mandated by transportation authorities for verification and security purposes. There could be nearly 80 to 100 pages per movement, which are presently compiled manually by the sender and handed over to the driver. The manual verification of these documents at state borders or police borders is slow, inefficient, and prone to errors. Adding to that, truck drivers face an average 4 to 5 hours of delay in transit due to verification or missing out on documents. Above that, these documents are severely prone to tampering, causing heavy losses. Hence, to make goods transport smoother and faster for all involved, we propose an online-offline integrated, compact mountable device for heavy and medium-duty commercial vehicles which can verify, store, and retrieve transportation documents required during transit. The device supports online Wi-Fi connectivity at starting and endpoints for document storage and retrieval. Documents are verified on blockchain and stored securely. Once documents are transferred and verified, they are stored offline. At any checkpoint during the transit, officers can simply use a mobile app to wirelessly scan and access the documents offline from the device using near-field communication technology instead of handling papers. As the documents are pre-verified on blockchain, officers can quickly check the digital list instead of lengthy manual cross-checks. With GPS integration, the device auto-uploads documents or changes when entering high connectivity zones, saving the driver effort. Our interaction with nearly 20 transporters have helped us understand the necessity of such innovation that hinders faster operations. It can benefit transporters with quicker turnover for trucks. For example, even one additional trip per truck per month can give INR 20,000. For a small company with 20 trucks, this can provide additional revenue of INR 48 lakhs per year. Drivers spend less time on paperwork and can focus on safe driving with less fatigue. Businesses get faster shipments. Consumers gain from potential cost savings as overheads reduce. The analytics provided on vehicle movement, transporter details, and documentation can guide policy decisions to remove friction points like border holdups and minimize cumbersome paperwork obligations. The market potential is massive. Over 10 million trucks moving goods reduce drastically 500 million paper documents generated and aim at reducing verification time by 75%. Thus, with paperless and presence-less transactions, ease of doing business will be boosted, and the impact spans across dimensions of profitability, sustainability, governance, and convenience, leading to an efficient, integrated, and well-regulated transportation system.
Same Renegades present Vahan, an online-offline device for secure, paperless goods vehicle document management. The key features include blockchain-backed tamper-proof digital documents, offline accessibility via NFC, and GPS-enabled automated uploads. Vahan slashes document verification times by 75% while enhancing transparency. Over 10 million digitized documents annually, replacing 500 million sheets of paper. To drive adoption, Vahan will initially target large transport, logistic firms, and private companies with sizable in-house fleets. Industries where timely deliveries are critical, like agriculture and FMCG, are prime candidates. In these sectors, minimizing delays at checkpoints can significantly impact profitability and customer satisfaction, making a rapid and paperless document verification an attractive prospect. Additionally, industries such as auto and cement, which move bulk shipments via road, can be target segments. Locally, comparable solutions like Fleetix and TrackNode focus on invoicing and GPS tracking, leaving a huge gap in the market of digital documentation during transit. Global ELD systems prioritize telemetric data and do not focus on Indian road logistics and compliances. Thus, Vahan streamlines the entire document lifecycle, digitization, secure storage, and instant retrieval for verification, giving it a first mover advantage.
The device will require a partnership within an OEM and government with IT solution providers. This will aid in bringing expertise with guided implementation from ruling bodies, ensuring faster adoption. Integration with government digital frameworks like FASTag and DigiLocker can provide unified access. Deployment would be initiated on key freight corridors like Mumbai to Delhi, Delhi to Chennai, which have the highest volume of goods movements between major cities, and corridors connecting major ports to interior cities which see heavy import-export shipments. Pilot testing on critical national corridors and checkpoint-heavy states will pave the way for a phased production rollout in 2 years, prioritizing route clusters or transport hubs benefiting most from digitalization. The go-to-market strategy relies on preemptive OEM integration and flexible bundling of costs to ease adoption. Embedding device firmly with vehicles from the manufacturing stage itself through OEM partnerships and collaboration with a wide service network is targeted to make adoption easier via certified installers. To ease adoption for diverse fleet sizes, pricing would be as bundle plans for large fleets, combining hardware, software, and support at competitive prices. and keeping individual device hardware costs low and fixed. To jumpstart adoption, we are exploring two initiative approaches: initial subsidies for early adopters and outcome based pricing for transporters, where we share a percentage of the efficiency gains and revenue increases they achieve through our solution. This aligns incentives and ensures shared success. Thank you.
Congratulations, Team One. I think you've made it this far. I think well done, well thought
Thank you,
through.
sir.
I think it's about time technology starts catching up in India. So,
Yes.
Yes, sir.
my only question for you is that from an customer perspective, the real customer in this is the government of India. Once they implement it, the rest will fall in place. So, what is it that you are proposing?
So you mean to say that when the government implements, that becomes the main hero of the solution?
Correct. That's the crux. No? So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like they did FASTag, it was kind of a 3-year rollout where every new vehicle, etc., etc. So they tapped every gap potentially possible, and then it started with a penalty of twice 2x if you were to pay by
Yes.
cash. So it kind of over a period of time, in a phased way,
Yep.
created and challenged adoption. So in a
True,
similar
sir.
thing, from what you're proposing, it's something which is there and it should be done, but unless the government backs it up, no organization can do it. No?
So definitely it requires government backing, but what we see here is that government essentially shall be able to support it because it is essentially solving a big problem for the government itself. There are portals that exist for providing e-documents, but these documents are not accessible currently, and this is also a major roadblock that both the businesses and government are facing. So if there's a challenge that both mutually are facing and can come up with this solution that can provide them faster access, provide an integrated online solution where everything is centralized and accessible. I think then the government, as we see the digitization, is the prime topic right now, which even India is focused on a lot. So that's where we are harping on, sir.
Like I said, I have no doubt in terms of what you're saying. And
Yes, sir.
it's part of an overall web and interconnectivity, starting from the Aadhaar we started 10 years back to various
Yes, sir.
other things that the government's constantly integrating. So getting loans in the countries become much easier. Getting validation of even credit scores gotten easier. Passports, every document that we have is at some point in another getting interlinked, whether it's bank accounts, and it's an ongoing journey that the government's taken in terms of digital India. This would plug well in terms of there. As a team, what is it that you are proposing to do?
So a major focus here is that this provides both online and offline access. What we see here is that there's a digital divide that is there across India, and that cannot be solved in say 1 year or 2 years time. It will require its own sweet time. Even though if it's solved, sir, then also we see that the bandwidth of internet is very varied across the regions, and this requires quicker checkpoint and quicker time to get it done. So that's where we are saying that when the documents are online uploaded, they're also accessible offline. That solves the problem of the check post or the police officer who is able to access the document quickly with a tap instead of going through the documents of 100 to 200 pages. That is where we are harping on, sir, as a team.
From the government perspective, and like Deval said, see, already they are moving in this journey. So already e-way bill is there, and now e-invoicing is there. So e-invoicing also they are reducing the limit. So probably over time, most of the things will be covered. And e-way bill already there, which even today the officers can actually access on their own mobile app. So apart from these basic document, which is the invoice and the e-way bill, over time they're not likely to remain more document which is required. So government itself probably is going to do this in their own interest. So do you still think there is a scope for a third party to capture this space?
So that is where we are actually trying to bring the scope. The government has e-invoices and e-bills, but these documents are still carried by transporters as printed copies, not only for them, but for the supplier and for the distributor. So there are 3 copies which are printed every time when a truck moves out. So that's where we are saying, because these documents are mandated to be checked offline by the police inspector itself. They are not able to access the website every time so easily, and they do not want to do it. So that's where we are saying that these documents, if they're accessible offline in a PDF format on the NFC device, which is not provided by the driver also because their smartphone accessibility is limited and they keep on shifting. There's a rotation that keeps on happening with the driver. So this provides a centralized system where these documents are accessible and they are online for all the documents instead of just focusing on e-way bill or the invoices. Every document in its format, the lorry receipt, the timing delivery, everything moves in an online format and is accessible offline quickly for the checking, because accessing websites also take time. That's where we are saying that the timing efficiency increases.
When you say offline, means you are saying on the local device.
So this device will store the documents by taking the documents from the Wi-Fi at the starting point, and then it will be blockchain secured. And when the police inspector wants to check check these documents, he can quickly tap on the device using NFC technology. These documents will be accessible in its phone itself, and these documents will be in a checklist format. So whichever document is required by the checkpost officer to be checked, he can quickly check it and verify and allow the truck to move ahead. So these are also centralized. The documents are immutable records. So he's also aware that, okay, these documents are coming from a verified source. That's where our technology is coming into play, that he does not need to go online or need to type in the e-way bill into a system. He can quickly check the documents. And that's where the average delay is happening currently. So there are 4 to 5 hours of delay that the current truck has to hold up at the starting point, also during the transit where the checking happens, and at the end point also where the documents are verified. So it solves an end-to-end problem for us.
So you said it is coming from a verified source. So how do we establish this as a verified source? If it is some government approval?
Yes. So yes, sir. So when we say that the records are blockchain verified, then a transaction happens that shows a proof of records that these documents have been generated from the government website and recorded on the device. So the blockchain technology actually provides a secure way to say that, okay, these documents are verified and tamper-proof. And currently, sir, a lot of documents, when printed, they also are tamper-prone, which also solves this problem, that these documents are verified at the source itself, instead of the police inspector going through each and every document to verify them.
What do you see as a sustainable advantage in this? I mean, somebody would quickly copy it and do it, right?
So the sustainable advantage is that the first thing is the technology itself, sir. Nobody has currently harped on the technology to provide an NFC-based transaction-based system where the documents are verified. Currently, all the systems that are there, the TMS systems that are there, they provide only at the endpoints where the GPS integration is available. So that is the first technological advantage that we see. And if we are able to implement this solution, then this would be one of the key first mover advantage that we'll be able to provide us a government partnership also to implement this solution.
Okay, guys. I think thank you very much for your presentation, and wish you the best of luck. I think it's a great idea from an overall perspective. I'm sure it's on the Digi Yatra, the various other Digi Locker, etc. journeys that the customers create, the government's creating, and that could be a good plugin in terms of what's happening. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Well researched.
Thank you.
Thank you. All the best.
Thank you so much, sir.
A very interesting idea indeed, Team Renegades. Now let's move on to the last team for the day. I invite K qualifiers to present their idea.
Product brand name, Milletins. We all know about millets being used in food, but here we are planning to launch millet-based skincare and hair care products. We are promoting the International Year of Millets, IYM, 2023. Why use millets in the era of organic, vegan personal care products? The millet seed is known for providing many fundamental benefits to the skin: softening, soothing, nourishing, stimulating, exfoliating, anti-inflammatory, and profuse antioxidants. India is the world's largest producer of millets, thus providing easy access to raw materials. To make India a global hub for Sri Anna, Under NFSM Nutri Cereals, incentives are provided to the farmers on crop production and protection technologies for millets. India's beauty and personal care market is projected to touch $30 billion by 2027. Globally, there's a growing need among consumers for products tailored to individual skin or body types. Our products are, under skincare we have Brightness Cream. This is our USP product. It beautifies, smooths the skin, and contributes to a radiant skin tone. This millets-based brightness cream contains selenium, vitamin C, and E, which are effective protectants against sun damage. It is priced at rupees 299 for a 50 milliliters package. Face Mask. It supports the skin's natural functions and brings youthfulness to the skin. It is priced at rupees 199. Face Serum improves overall complexion, fights aging of the skin, and reduces acne. It is priced at rupees 299. Under hair care we have Hair Oil, strengthens hair follicles and stimulates the growth of hair. It is priced at rupees 299. Hair Mask is therapeutic for scalp conditions and helps prevent premature graying of the hair. It is priced at rupees 299. Our revenue model, benchmark competitor, is Plum Goodness. Our customer segment is females aged between 16 to 64 years in semi-urban and urban areas, middle and higher income groups. Under this, our target customer is 11 crore. The target market share for the first year is 1%. The market share increases by 0.5% each year as we plan to increase our product line and category in the future. Revenue first year is rupees 32.9 crore. Revenue second year is rupees 49.34 crore. Revenue third year is rupees 65.78 crore. Revenue fourth year is rupees 82.23 crore. Revenue fifth year is rupees 98.67 crore.
Hello, hello everyone. We are Team K qualifiers from IIM Code, and as we all know till now, millets are being explored only for food items, but we are exploring the untouched area of millets in India, which is the hair care and skin care products based on the millets. So the needs we are addressing are. We want to revive the grandmother's remedies and spread this to the every home in India. We are also promoting the International Year of Millets. Third reason is nowadays people are inclining towards the environment friendly and skin friendly sustainable products. So we want to leverage that also. Also, we want to promote a holistic wellness perspective, which acknowledges the link between skin care and overall health. Last but not the least, we are also supporting the farmers in India as they will get incentive from the government for the millet production. Now we will come to the benefits of the millets. Millet seed is known for providing many fundamental benefits to the skin, such as softening, soothing, nourishing, stimulating, revitalizing. Also, millet is rich in vitamin E, B complex, niacin, thiamine, and riboflavin.
To come upon this topic, we did a thorough research. We contacted various customers who are currently using various kind of skincare and hair care products. So we got to know that these customers need highly pocket-friendly products. And since millets are highly grown in India, so it would be very easy and very feasible for us to grow it and to produce this product at a very minimal price. And secondly, there is very high amount of lack of knowledge among people about the benefits of millets in skincare and hair care. So definitely there is a current demand of natural and organic skincare. So definitely we will cover up that part. And secondly, I want to say that India being the largest producer of millets in the world, this beauty and personal care, as estimated by Redseer, it says that it is projected around $30 billion by 2027 and around $10 billion by in online beauty. So definitely 71% of the customers wants natural ingredients, products which are full of natural ingredients. And for scientifically proven, it is scientifically proven by 5 to 5, which is Swiss-based company.
So now coming into revenue model, so we have the target customer of like having age group 16 to 64 years, and it's a female part, and it's a youth and working generation. So we are targeting the semi-urban and urban area, and also the most important is the middle income group, and along with the higher income group. We all know that it is the any organic product is not affordable. It's like being priced as 599 or 699, and you can see like many brands like Forest Essentials, many are like priced very highly. So middle income people will not able to afford the very good skincare products and organic products that they desire to have. So the revenue model you can see here, it's a 5-year plan, and we are targeting for like we are having one USP product, brightness cream. So we are having revenue model for only one product that can be visible, and we are and thus after that we are having a plan to launch two products. One is like USP, that's a brightness cream, and another one is the hair mask simultaneously, so that you can expect that the revenue generation will get into double. And we have the investment part which we are having. So we are taking the COC, that is cost of capital value, of around 10%, which is reference to the Lauder Cosmetics, which is unlevered firm. So ROI that we are getting is 22.69%, IRR is 15%, payback period we have calculated around 3.8 years, and the NPV, which is very important, that is coming to be 30.17. Thank you.
So congratulations, guys, and for making it this far. You've picked two of the toughest categories, so skincare and hair care, where any kind of customer change behavior is very difficult to kind of manage. It is a high stickiness category, but at the same time, it's also difficult in terms of changing behavior. What's your thoughts in terms of being able to get customers to be able to adopt to this?
So for this, definitely, currently, while going through the data and research, we got to know that this Gen Z and millennials are too much dependent upon their skincare and hair care. So they always need some products which are very like cost friendly, and definitely which is very good for their skin. So we believe that millets being very natural and very organic, it would definitely cater to that need. And definitely there's the economy of India is rising. So for that, their disposable income is also rising. So they would definitely invest on this. And this current era being the e-commerce boom. So definitely we are thinking to launch our product in online mode, so, which will be helped by this. And with the help of influencers in Instagram and YouTube, we will be helped.
Sir, I also want to add to the history points that about the uncertainty about the behaviors. But when we when we are seeing in this presentation, we have like taken the like price of about 299 rupees of the brightness cream, that is somehow affordable, and we are actually targeting main our like middle income group, so that because everyone is desiring to have organic products and they want to like follow up their skincare routine, they want to like grow, and with the help of data we all know. So if anything demanding and if anything is there in the market which is affordable and which is accessible, they obviously try to take this up, and so this will help to dampen the uncertainty part in the behavior part.
Excellent.
Okay, I think just to understand this, what is Phytos? You have said Phytos is a Swiss natural. So is that a collaborator, or I mean, would there be any patent, or would there be anything on that?
This market, millet-based skincare and hair care, this is the first time we are introducing it. Currently, in India, it has not been touched or known. But there is a Swiss-based company which is called Phyto5, which are developing, which have done a thorough research on this millets being used on personal care, and they are producing these products, which which is also used to address various skin conditions like psoriasis and acne. So definitely, this is the part, sir.
No, but the Phyto5, do they have any patent or anything like that on this?
No, sir. No. They have just done the like some part of research, and definitely they're producing like these products are not completely based on millets. Like some of the parts are millets, and other like other organic products are definitely used. So millets just enhances the product natural and organic part.
Sir, also like in the Phyto5 has already like have only one product, that is serum part, which is like included the millet based, not all the product, like not all the category, only one category, that is the skincare one, and that is the serum part only.
And you have, I mean, your one focus is on the price, but do you have the costing module to say that at that price it is an affordable and sustainable thing?
Uh, okay, yeah, yeah.
Yes, sister, you can go ahead if you want to add.
No, Neha, you have. No, no, you go ahead, please.
Sir, basically that you are seeing like revenue model. So we have like targeted the customer, and it comes to be about 11 crore, which is the female and 16 to 64 years age. So we have taken the expected market share about 1% for the year one, and we are like included a 0.5% increase in the next year things, which includes the market penetration part and also the product line diversification and also the product
No,
category
I'm not.
diversification.
I'm not talking of the top line. I am saying at that price, what would be the margin? What would be the margin? Because have you worked on the cost side of it?
Sir, margin
Cost
we
of
are keeping the 12% around net margin.
so is there a
12%.
working which says that what would be the cost of manufacturing this, or I mean outsource manufacturing
Sir, I
these
have like
kind of
prepared,
products?
like I have calculated the investment part at how much money can be invested in order to like set up the manufacturing plant for the hair brightness cream and the hair mask. So, but the margin that I have taken is like from the research that if any businesses, if any cosmetic business are starting as a startup, so how much margin that they are keeping. So on the research basis, now I have taken the 12%, but I think sir, it includes a lot of research in order to exactly or accurately determine the margin part. But the minimum I have, the max to max I have taken the 12% margin. It can be like more also, sir. Well, minimum I have taken 12%.
Okay, I think that's fair. Okay, good. All the best. So good idea and good work.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Kudos to all the participating teams. The variety of innovative ideas showcased in this round is truly remarkable. Today's contest has heightened the bar with a promise to make this journey even more intense in the days to come. As you know, the winners of today's elimination round will be stepping into the regional finale of TUP 9.0, where you will be battling against the winners of other elimination rounds. Now, to quell the curiosity as to the winner and the runners up for today's elimination round, the suspense will have to linger a little bit longer. Rest assured, the results of today's elimination round will be declared on our social media handles shortly. So keep those social media notifications active. As we conclude this round of the competition, we would like to express our heartfelt appreciation to the jury for their insightful questions on each of the ideas presented today. We thank the audience and the teams for making this an interactive and exciting event with their futuristic ideas. All the best, everyone, and you were amazing. With that, this is me, Aparna, signing off for today. Keep following us on our social media handles and stay tuned for further updates. Stay abreast with all the exciting things going down on our social platforms. We shall see you very soon during the TUP 9.0 regional finale. Until then, take care and have a good day. Bye bye.